What is going on, everybody? My name is Dylon57, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an update on the Doom 2016 any percent category. A lot of things have changed since the original release of my tutorial, so I'm going to kind of go over those things in this video. It's not going to be an extensive, hyper-detailed tutorial, because, if you want to learn the basics, the old information from my tutorial series is still perfectly good. You can still get a reasonable time with that. But, yeah, we're just going to learn the new stuff. I went ahead and shot those guys just to get them out of the way. We actually don't have to shoot them anymore. Instead, we're going to do the new intro skip that was found by Samuline Horizon. Basically, what we do is we jump up here on this little console thing, and you want to make sure you're all the way up on it as well. Otherwise, you won't be able to reach the next jump. You just jump up here, then you jump up to the next level, and then you kind of jump in this corner. And while you jump in the corner, kind of spam crouch so you get up here. Okay? Next thing we'll do is we'll come over into this corner, and we're going to jump up toward here and get stuck in this corner, okay? Then we're going to kind of just wiggle through a little bit. It lets you right through, nothing special. Then there are a couple different lineups for this, but this is how I line it up. I get right here, then I do like a full kind of fast scroll wheel jump and press, D or whatever your right movement key is. And that gets you up. Oop. I'm thinking about it too hard, so it's not working out for me. But typically that'll get you up here on this wall. And this is where you need to be for the next jump. For the next one, we're actually going to be landing on this cross over here. It kind of disappears when I stop. Yeah, that one. We're aiming for that cross right over there. And we're just going to jump over and then jump to the spot where we would normally go if we like clip through the door over there. So you just jump like that. Okay. Do it again. Jump. Oh, sometimes you fall. This is a pretty reset heavy strat as well, so don't be surprised if you just like fall a whole bunch. Yeah, so you kind of want to get to a bit of a running start on that little cross as well. And yeah, really, you just continue on with the level as you normally would at this point. Now, there's kind of a debate going right now as to whether or not we should do the intro rail boost or do the normal strategy. But honestly, it saves so much time either way. Right now, we've been getting good splits around 25-ish seconds. So, it's pretty great. But that's pretty much it for the intro, honestly. Next up, we're going to review the new ResOps route. So Seeker very recently found that the whole time there was just a button we could press through the floor right over here. Good lineups to use are either right here at the bottom of this piece of metal. You can kind of rotate and catch it, like right there. I typically line up here on the black line and just kind of turn. And this actually brings us down here. This door. Good stuff. So we turn around, and we're going to get out of bounds by doing a rail boost over here. It's pretty nifty, actually. There's many different ways that you can boost up to the correct spot, but typically what I do is I use the Rivatuner to set my frames to 175, and you can either set up right here, or you can set up further down there. I'll show you this one first. You essentially line up about right here, and you do a boost, okay? Because this is where you want to be, because we're actually going to grab up right there. If I can get out of here, jeez. All right, the second way that you can get up there is with a pretty consistent boost that I recently found. You can basically just walk up here, and you're trying to line up kind of right here, but it's not too precise, actually. if you look over and you're like directly facing this beam, you can just scroll wheel, then kind of rock back and press W, and you can boost straight up there. Just like that. And it actually lands you right here, which is pretty great. But now that we've gotten there, we're just going to crouch, paperclip through this wall, like that. And we're trying to aim for this beam right here to jump onto. So in case I mess it up, I'm going to save a position. Right, use jump. Boom. You land right there. Then we're going to jump over here. And we're basically back on the typical route that you would go down. So you might be asking, oh, well, why don't we go get the micro missiles? Or the, not the micro missiles, the HAR. Why don't we go get the HAR? Because we're actually going to be picking that up in Foundry instead. It's actually 8 seconds slower to go and grab the HAR right there. And it's a lot slower taking the special time to go and grab the HAR in Foundry. There's a faster way in Necro that we can get that. So we just got done with the intro cutscene for Foundry. So we're going to come over here, and instead of, having the micro missiles, getting the micro missiles, and having the HAR there, we're just going to come over and do the GK clip like we normally would. Come through the door, and then the HAR is conveniently located right there. And yeah, you can extendo grab it if you're lucky. Otherwise, just run up here and get it. And then naturally, we do the boost to the end. Of course, I'm going to try to get a YOLO here. Oh, not quite. But yeah, you just end the level from here. In Argent Facility, we actually don't have the micro missiles to boost across the gap over there after the checkpoint. So it actually is required that we do the out of bounds route now. But recently there was a little bit of an easier way found. We're just going to jump over here, jump on this wall right here, and we're just going to follow that down. Oop. I say that. It is a little tricky. You have to be careful. We're going to follow this down and jump up here. Normally we land on the one that's lower, but we land up on this one. And once we get all the way to the end, we're actually going to kind of get stuck right here. But if you crouch and then kind of do a scroll wheel, it lets you land right here. Okay? It does feel a little weird sometimes, and it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you do, see, like, sometimes it just doesn't work like that. Once you get used to it, you'll be able to get it fairly consistently. It's mostly just like a feels bad, man, whenever you don't get it. But then, you just end the level like you normally would. Well, at least this is how I normally would, if I could actually get the right boost. Whatever. We'll go ahead and move on. Alright, so now in Kadinger, because we don't have the micro missiles, we actually have to do this boost without micro missiles. So you're going to notice up at the top there that the compass says 123.4. Whenever you jump and that compass says 124.8, you can, boost and get up there. So what we've been doing is we've been doing a slow scroll. See, that wasn't it. It said 8 right there. So we hold W, space, and click, then press tab, and we make it up. Alright. And now there's another way where you can do it with the weapon wheel, but I'm not even sure how to do that. That's more of a secret question. Yeah, but yeah, that's essentially how you get up there at this point. So it's worth mentioning in Ark that we've started taking a different kind of path, so to speak, especially since we've been able to toggle our frame rate to 175. So if you're familiar with the tutorials or the runs, we used to do a boost going that way. But now it's actually pretty easy to set up a boost right here. Look right here. And then whenever you actually do the boost, you're going to do kind of like a fast SW. And you're going to hold D while looking sideways to slow yourself down. Oop, if I can actually do it. Jeez, one sec. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, so you're going to hold W and D, kind of slow down. And we're actually going to land right here. See, we won't die if we jump through there. Then we kind of just jump in here, grab the BFG, and reload the checkpoint. And here's the second part that kind of changed. We still, you know, jump up like we normally would. Get up here. And we're going to go pick up the chainsaw and the ammo at this point. But we're actually going to take a different route afterward. We're not going to do the gauze boosting path. We're going to go down and do another rail boost. Okay? So we're here. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to just save a state up here. Do another rail boost. And there have been some people, like, let me see if I can show you the different paths, okay? So there are some people who land on this side, and I am one that lands on this side because I have a hard time with the gauze boost that way. But essentially you do the boost kind of like you did to get down in here, but you'll want to make sure that you're centered over this hallway, and you drop down right here to do the left side route. And with that, you just kind of aim this way and do the boost like you normally would. See, I would have died there. But, yeah, with a little bit of practice, you can get that down. But then you can also go on the other side, and you can kind of do it the normal way and then level. This actually helps us save a BFG shot for routing later. Dara and Seeker, I think, have been shooting BFGs for Lost Souls, but the way that I do it, the Lost Souls actually don't even spawn. So it's really good, and it sets you up for success with ammo later, too. While I'm in Titan's Realm, it's worth noting that there is now actually a way to skip the trigger that spawns the Cyber Mank over there. By jumping up on these rocks, you can actually gauze up here to make it a little bit faster. And you jump up on this bone, then jump through this crack, and see, the guy didn't spawn at all. So, so that guy and the Lost Souls up here, they don't spawn. I don't think the Cacos spawn either. But it makes it to where getting this paperclip over here is basically free. The only downside is that it does take some extra time to do that skip. So if you're going for like world record pace type stuff, then yeah, you'll not want to skip that. But if you're playing more casually, you want to do this strat, save the BFG ammo, save a little bit of time later, you can do that here. All right, so in Necro, this is where we're actually going to grab the weapon mod. If you need some ammo, you can grab some right here. But naturally, I'm sure you guys have all seen this. You can just paperclip in through here. Make it on down. Like this. Boost across. And actually, there's a relatively new way to boost like this. You can actually boost and land right here. Then you can boost again and land on this skull. And then we're aiming for right over there in that corner. So we can just run through and get to this area here. So then we're going to come up here. We're going to pick up our micro missiles. Go ahead and purchase that. Then we go this way. Pick up some more ammo. And then one way or the other, we're going to drop down here and get this jump pad. If you took the strat for like skipping the spawn and or just doing the TR double paperclip, you don't need that BFG round. But if you did opt to use a BFG round in the last level, go pick it up from there. And then, you know, we just end the level like we normally would. It's a very, very small detour to get that mod bot, so overall it's faster than the old route. And really, as far as routing goes, that's kind of it. You know, now we have all the same tools that we would have before, and yeah, I can't think of anything else that's been too innovative, really. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this has been helpful. Hopefully it gives you kind of an update without me having to like redo each level's tutorials. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd really appreciate some feedback on these kind of update type videos. With all that being said, thank you and have a good one.